Hey there everybody, Red Parasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. In the last episode, we completed the Cavern of Remembrance, unlocked the data organization fights, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Spent a lot of time fighting nobodies. So we have emerged, prepared to do some other things now. So I think it is finally time that we get up to level 99. So what I'm going to be showcasing at the start of this particular video is what I know to be the best level grinding strategy. This is probably about as effective as you'll be able to get. So let's start off with abilities. You'll want to have any experience boosts that you have access to equipped. So you can see I have one on Sora through his normal abilities. And one of our Keyblades also has experience boost on it, and that is Gullwing. So equip Gullwing, have experience boost on for Sora. And then that's pretty much the major things that you need. I would... Let's see, Magic, Reflect. Actually, you know what? I think yeah, I'm going to put on Magnet. Magnet will be helpful here. And I think Magnet's probably the most important thing. To be honest, Magnet and like Thundaga. I think Party, otherwise, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. Although, you will want to go into, I think it's on the Customize menu, and actually turn off any curing abilities that they have access to. So I think I'm going to swap Riku out of my party, just because I'm not sure if you can actually like officially turn off that ability. And I'm actually going to let's see, how do I actually formally turn it off? Do I have to go to abilities? I think I do. There we go. So I'm going to turn off Donald and Goofy's attacks. And there's a good reason for this. Because you want to be the one that kills the enemies and not them. So if they get the kills, you'll get less experience for it. So basically, they're just along for the ride. You don't want them to heal you. You don't want them to kill enemies. It's basically just going to be all you. So the first step here is I need to get below half health, because that's what's needed to trigger the experience boost ability. So if you have, I think, full health like I do, then the halfway point will be basically where Sora's necklace is on the character portrait. So once it gets past that, you'll be below half. So just kind of have to take some damage here in order for that to happen. Should be just one more hit. Okay, that's good enough. You do not have to be like flashing red for this to work. Thank goodness, because I would not want to have to deal with listening to the health beeping sound effect this whole time. So what you want to do is use Magnet in conjunction with either regular attacks or thunders to dispatch the enemies quickly. The limiting factor will usually be your magic, as you'll probably run out of magic at some point. See, I'm pretty close to doing that. But, provided you have both of the experience boosts in effect, you can see I'm getting 1,200 experience from each of these, instead of the typical 400. So if Donald and Goofy get kills, then you only get 400 for it. That's why I recommend that you try to avoid that. So the fastest way to do it is with magnets and thunders, but obviously you'll have to make do, like if you run out of magic, with what you've got. So I wouldn't recommend fighting all the enemies here, just because some of them, like there will be berserkers here, are not the most fun to fight as far as being able to dispatch them quickly. In order to get the enemies in Not Skyway, which is the room that we were grinding in, to reappear after you defeat them, you'll have to travel at least 2 rooms away. So the fastest way to do that is just go through the Hall of Empty Melodies, through the Proof of Existence, and then up to Naught's Approach, and then just come back. So this is the general flow. Just dispatch all the enemies here at the bottom of this room. You can see I'm getting like usually 1 level per run. Later on, it won't be quite that fast, but it's still the best option generally. So that's basically gonna do it. Really not much more to show. Just, you know, defeat the enemies. You'll be hitting X quite a bit. And what I'll do here is I'll show you every level up from here on out. And I'll just kind of cut them together as a mini montage of sorts. Oh, actually one last thing before I kind of go into montage mode. If you need to recover some health because you're starting to get low, obviously healing isn't the best thing because that'll restore all your health. You can either use like weaker potions to get your health back up, or you can kind of step on a save point for a little bit, but don't go into the menu, and that's how you can get a little bit of health back in case you get hit, because it'll happen.
Gather. 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 It's over. Gather. Yeah. This is yeah. Yeah. Gather. 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 Back off. Yeah. Back off. Gather. Yeah. 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 Gather. Yeah. 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 Gather. Yeah. 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 Gather. Yeah. Back off. Yeah. 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 Back off. Yeah. Gather. 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 Yeah. Thunder. Gather.
And level 99 for Sora.
Yeah.
So to give you an idea of how long I've been at this, recording has been going for about 72 minutes, a little under that. I don't need to fight you guys. Aha! Take that. But I got from, I think I started around level 64, 65, that range, to level 99 in a little over an hour, so not bad. So that's what our party's looking like. If I jump into the status, you can see what my stats are looking like. 61 strength, 63 magic, 72 defense. Pretty nice resistances across the board. And that's how much total experience you need, in case you were curious. It does get a little bit higher with every level, but I think it's like a flat increase, so, you know, it kind of goes up, but it's not as steep of a curve as you might think. And go ahead and put on Thunder Boost. That was the very last ability that we unlocked. I think we have enough SP, or sorry, AP, I don't know why I thought SP, to pretty much put on every ability that we would really want at this point, except for, you know, there are those ones that I don't typically use. I think I'll keep Drive Converter off. And these two have interesting effects. So negative combo obviously does what it says, decreases your combo by 1, and then Berserk Charge increases your strength by 2 and allows you to combo endlessly, but you can't use finishers. And there are some select few situations where you'll want to use that, but generally you don't want to have it on. So I have no idea how long this is going to be in the final cut, but I did have some other things that I figured would be some good odds and ends to wrap up for the remainder of this video. So starting off, the first of these is going to be a character that we missed, and there's a good reason for that. I think this typically happens to me because I just kind of forget about it. But we do not have the character entry for Setzer. If you go to your journal, you'll find a missing entry there. In order to get that, what you have to do is challenge him in a struggle match as Sora. But before we can do that, we have to go through Hainer. And I have no idea why, but they make you fight Hainer 10 times before you can fight Setzer. So it will be incredibly easy with our current set of abilities. You can see I just beat him in under 10 seconds. Now, there's really not much strategy to this. Like with all of our combo pluses and our multiple finishers, you can knock all of his orbs out of him. There is the odd chance that he might pick one of them up again, but it's fairly trivial. Just as a point of comparison, on my practice file when I was doing this, the best time that I was able to get... Yeah, crap. Well, this is definitely not going to be one of those times. But the best time that I was able to get was a 53.50. So we'll see if I come anywhere close to that in the process of beating Hainer. Oh, that was pretty close. 53.21. So you'll know that you've unlocked Setzer when you see the promoter here standing in front of the board. So now we can battle Setzer. Unfortunately, we only have to battle him once in order to unlock the character entry in the journal. So not too bad. Yeah, 52.61 is actually a new personal best for me on this one. Although, to be fair, I only did one fight against him in the practice file, same as here. So there's the character entry in the journal. So next thing, order of business. There's a Heartless that we actually have missing from the journal. So if I go to the collection here, and I scroll through this list, you'll see there's one missing right here between the hammer frame and the fortune teller. So we're gonna go track that down. Ignore those other, 13 at the bottom of the list. So what we're gonna be doing for this, it's a rather elusive Heartless. But there is a guaranteed way to encounter it. So first step, you're gonna save the game here. Don't typically do this, but we'll make an exception because you have to start this from loading a save on the world map. So you save on the world map, you load the save, and then it would put me back by Twilight Town. Oh well, doesn't matter. So then I'm gonna head over here to the Land of Dragons. This is one of multiple places where this Heartless can spawn. What we're gonna do is we're heading over here to the checkpoint, because this is the room that it can spawn in. So if it doesn't spawn, we're just gonna leave the room and then re-enter, and we're gonna do that a total of 3 times. So that was the second one. And once we've done that, so we didn't encounter it, which kind of sucks, but any other location where it will appear, it is now guaranteed to appear. So these are the infamous bulky vendors. I hadn't really mentioned the name yet, so the checkpoint in Land of Dragons is one of the places where they can appear. Cave of the Dead is also one, so there they were just then. So the way that they work is that their health is continuously depleting. And if you stop them at a certain time using the reaction command, you'll get a different prize depending on, you know, how late they are. So there's 3 different ones: normal, rare, and limited. Limited will get you the best one. So we got a Serenity gem for that. Oops. And it's gone. But we just need to encounter 1 to get it into our journal. They are a good method of getting some of the rarer synthesis items, so they can give you orichalcums as well as those Serenity crystals. The nice thing about the bulky vendor strap, by the way, so I'll, you know, I showed off, this is one of the locations. They can also appear in Beast Castle. Forgetting, I think it's just in the foyer, or the entrance hall. Oh no, sorry, it's in the West Wing, yeah. It's over here. So the West Hall, so there it is.
Yeah, back off.
Okay, so here, I'll just do this
Let's go.
for the sake of showing it off. That's another one of the locations. And I'm blanking on, there's at least like 1 or 2 more. And you know what? Future me can put that up on screen for where the other bulky vendor location spawns are. Alright, now that we've done that, I'm gonna go back here to Olympus Coliseum, I think. And we're gonna go through the rest of the limits that we did not get, or I haven't shown more accurately. So let's, for one, turn all these abilities back on. Might be a good idea. So I believe I'm missing this one from Goofy. We can also do Trinity Limit here as well. That one's on Sora. And I think... Oh, okay, there are a few more that we can also do with Genie as well. So I'm going to navigate over to the menu. And we'll do Whirligoof. It involves a lot of spinning. And there it is. That's it. That's the limit. Go back and get our MP back at the save point. Oh, and the enemies actually won't be there. I guess we can head a little bit farther in. There we go. Here's Trinity.
Let's go.
Oh, that's pretty nice. You can do different things depending on which buttons you press during the earlier section there. So, once again, go and get our MP bar back. And the next ones that I'm going to do are the Genie limits. Which we kind of need enemies for, don't we? Just realized I killed all the enemies here. I could always leave, like go to the world map and come back, but I'll probably do that after this one. So I have done the Wisdom Genie finisher. So let's go into Valor form here and then do Sonic. So there's that one for you. And now I'll head back out to the world map to both restore my drive gauge as well as respawn the enemies.
Let's go.
So next up is Master. The limit is Arcana. Actually, you know what? I can just switch to Final Form Genie and show this one off right away. How about that? Efficiency.
Give me strength. This is it.
So, that is pretty nice. Oh, and I'm about to run out of Genie. I'm going to head back out to the world map here so I can retain the drive gauge. Actually, I don't know if I need drive gauge for anything coming up, but whatever. Oh, actually, I lied. There's one more thing that we can do here. And that is Peter Pan's limit. Neverland. I will queue up Peter Pan.
Sora! Our turn?
And we will show this off. Okay, I do believe that should be it, so. Let's take a look at the journal. Make sure that we've gotten all of them. Well, we don't have all of them yet. There are a few more, but it's Twister Fusion, Trinity Limit, Peter Pan Neverland, all of the Genie summons. Okay, I also just realized I still have going on. Decisive Pumpkin, where are you? There you are. Okay, so the last ones are characters that are like world specific, so they only appear in a certain world. Ergo, we must go to that world to use the limit. So first one here is Jack at Port Royal. I will need to make sure that I have the... Oh, all of his abilities are off. Interesting. Okay. Let me just put a bunch of draws on. Sure. Treasure Isle is the important one. That is the limit. So we can use it on some of the Heartless here. Well, this is anticlimactic. Killed all the enemies before you can see the end of it. It's okay, it still counts. As soon as the game recognizes that we're out of battle. There we go. So there we go. A very high hit count of 8. And that should leave us with one more. For this one, we have to go back to the world that never was. And yeah, we'll just go here. This will be a good place for it. I have to switch in Riku. And then I need to make sure that Riku actually has the limit on, which he does. This, honestly, probably my favorite looking limit. It's pretty nice.
Is that all you got? I'll take him. Right, I'll lose it all. Riku, time's up.
Dang. 224 hits on that. Like, it's pretty good. Although we did not take out all the enemies here, which is a little surprising. Apparently there are more of them that spawn in there than I thought. However, that should be the last of the limits. We got the Golden Mickey, so we're good to go. Yep, that is definitely an all-time high for limit count on that. That will be the last of the odds and ends. that I want to take care of. Coming up next is going to be the next series of Coliseum Cups in Olympus Coliseum. And after that, we don't have that much left. Just a few more things after that. So, thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I've been Redix Parasite, signing out.